A good deed is one that even an enemy acknowledges, and since the attack by Pakistan that took place on the morning of May 10th, which one could say set everything ablaze, it's neither the hearts of these Punjabis are like ours in Lahore, nor did they set everything ablaze. That's true. And they did not respond in kind. They did not retaliate. You have to narrate its story in an Indian language. I have already discussed this with you more than once. I hold a great deal of respect for them in my heart. Mr. Pravin Sawhney, whose ancestors originally migrated from Pakistan, specifically from the Jhelum and Chakwal regions, where the Sawhney family still resides. Of course, since they were not Muslims, their elders must have considered it safer to leave from here. In any case, he was commissioned into the National Army and retired as a major. He is now a defense analyst. Just a few days before his retirement, Mr. Javed Bajwa organized a security conference, and Mr. Sawhney was invited to this conference, where he also delivered a speech. In the conference organized by Mr. Bajwa, he was sitting in the second row of the front section, which is directly in front of the stage, and he was clearly visible. His analysis is very rational. Okay. And for a long time, ever since I started following him, I think it was around the time of the Balakot incident. When the Balakot incident happened, I thought not everyone in the media can be like Gaji Bakshi, right? There must be at least one sensible person, Olan. So I started following him from that time, and he always speaks very logically. Yidan. Today, he made a vlog, and so I thought after watching his vlog, I should make a blog as well. He talked about the Pakistan Air Force, whose tagline is the nation's pride. And truly, the Pakistan Army has proven that it is the nation's pride, and it is the way it has humbled enemies 7 or 8 times its size. He said, and he has said this many times before, that this was a multi-domain operation. The number 3 officer of the Pakistan Air Force, Air Vice Marshal Aurangzeb, took his team and all the defense attachés from the embassies stationed in Pakistan to visit. The defense attachés were astonished by what they saw, and they had set up a control room, a system as described in his own words. There was a huge screen mounted on the wall in front of the room displaying the entire war theater. In front of it, rows upon rows of young officers were seated, each with their own large screen, monitoring different assets or sectors through various means. There is a data link system, and Pakistan has about 17 such data links. He said that the Pakistan military had around 6 advantages over the Indian Air Force. And keep in mind, he was among the few people who, from the very first day, said that India should not go to war with Pakistan because India would suffer heavy losses and get badly beaten. He was among those who said this as early as the 23rd, and we even made a blog about his statement. He had said that based on these 8 or 9 points, India would not go to war with Pakistan because these disadvantages are clear and visible. Today, he said that Pakistan had certain advantages, of which he counted 6. I was able to note down 5, but I will share with you the ones that I did manage to note. He said, firstly, that Pakistan's fighter jets were superior to India's fighter jets in every respect. That's what he said. So the studies. Secondly, he mentioned beyond visual range, BVR missiles. BVR missiles are those that can target something you can't see with the naked eye, but you can detect it through satellites, and it's outside your visual range. You can see it via satellite, or your data link informs you, meaning the control room tells you there's an enemy flying at such and such location at this speed, so fire a missile at him from a distance. And we had made improvements to our missiles as well, thanks to our GIDS, Global Industrial and Defense Solutions, may it prosper. So when you fire at the target, the missile can maneuver and track the target itself, right? He further said that the BVR missile, the PL-15, was being monitored by 15 satellites at that time on the battlefield. And all of that data was being received by the Pakistan Air Force. The relevant data was being shared with the respective pilots. Thirdly, he mentioned the airborne early warning system, the aircraft that flies with a long rod on top, or the one that circles around in the sky. Yes, that one. That's what he was referring to. So, the airborne early warning system. Although India's airborne early warning system is much more expensive and advanced than Pakistan's, since we have made our own modifications and improvements to it, he said that this was an advantage for Pakistan. Pakistan was ahead in this regard. After that comes electronic warfare. Now, what is electronic warfare? In electronic warfare, Pakistan, look, there's a frequency, for example, let's say 2910 is a frequency. And on this frequency, an Indian Rafale is connected to its control room, right? Now, this system locks onto that same frequency, G, and starts listening in on their conversation quietly. So whatever communication is happening with their control room outside, this system is easily letting someone in our control room listen in. The person here extracts information from it and relays it to the relevant people, to the relevant pilot. He's coming towards you, be alert. He started tailing you. If someone is chasing an aircraft, then from here they can inform them he's coming after you. Plan accordingly, take evasive action, fire flares, and get out of there. That's electronic warfare. And if a dogfight happens, meaning if he really gets behind you, then they can jam his frequency, disrupt his control, just like what happened to poor Abhinandan. Now, I find that whole thing quite absurd. I feel sorry for him. All right. Then thirdly, there's the satellite orbiting above in the sky, watching everything. It's also reporting what's happening, who's doing what, who's cooking what, whose mother is cooking what dish, the maid is causing trouble, today she's made sweet rice, right? And all this data linking has been converged. The Pakistan Air Force has made it correct. They ask, why did this happen? This happened because India chose the wrong people for every important task. For example, when it comes to defense analysis, if you invite Fareed Zakaria, he's an Indian origin Muslim who became the editor of Newsweek. He's an extremely biased type, just like Yalda Hakim in Britain, who is Afghan but studied in Pakistan. Anyway, they said, now look, when did Pakistan start working on this on a war footing? On August 5th, 2019, when India changed Kashmir's status. Now, when it comes to Kashmir, we forget this point. There are three parties, Aksai Chin, which is the protruding part of Kashmir, and India claims that historically Aksai Chin was never part of Kashmir. Uncle Kashmir's, as they say, is with Allah, right? We have kept it in China's trust. We had control over it, but since there's snow in between, we couldn't go there. So we said, China, brother, you keep it, control it, build some roads here. When the Kashmir issue is resolved, we'll take it back from you. Now China has control over it, and since China controls it, China has also become a party in Kashmir. Now, next to Aksai Chin is Arunachal Pradesh, which gradually, along with Aksai Chin, another province of theirs, is slowly moving downward. Now that has also become a party to the issue. So when they changed Kashmir's status on August 5th, the situation changed after that. Right then, Pakistan said, look, China, brother, before you even think of doing anything, I am already with you, After that, and Pakistan started working on data linking on a war footing. I remember even at that time they had blogged about it. The PLA, the People's Liberation Army, which is the full name of China's military, air, naval, and ground forces are all called the PLA. The heads of the PLA came to Pakistan. They stayed for about 17 to 18 days and kept testing something, according to Mr. Sawhney's vlogs from that time. So he says that at that time, Pakistan had set up this entire centralized network system for data linking. Now, what is this centralized network system for data linking? There is a control room. Inside it, every tank, every artillery unit, every aircraft is connected. All right. And what else is there? It is linked with every single naval ship, every submarine, and every surveillance vessel in the fleet. There isn't a single yard, not even an inch of Pakistan that is outside the reach, watch, or sight of that advanced data link system. And the same goes for our neighbors as well. Not a single inch of theirs is out of our sight either, not even for a moment. So if there is even the slightest movement on that inch, it will be in our view and we will be able to detect it immediately. We will know about it right away, and within the system itself, there is such a mechanism in place that if any movement is detected there, the system will immediately alert us and notify the relevant authorities. So they say that based on that advantage, Pakistan has delivered blows. Sani Sahib had, until last night, intercepted 4 aircraft. Today, he intercepted a 5th one. Pakistan has shot down 5 aircraft, including 3 Rafales, and Rafale was India's pride and joy. So he mentioned Pakistan's advantages, and obviously Pakistan has worked extremely hard for this. No matter how proud you are, you can't get anything for free. Pakistan has made sacrifices and invested significant money into this. During this time, you can see we haven't made any new procurements. Our tanks are getting quite old now. They need to be revamped, or we need to get new ones to replace them. All right, I think maybe an order will be placed in a few days. Our soldiers, the foot soldiers, we need to give them new guns and equipment. The G3 is very old technology now. They need new guns, more modern and advanced. All our expenses, as far as I know, though I could be wrong, have been diverted to this, and that's the data we need to get, right? Also, there are other things like the radars that aren't mounted on our trucks. We just set up these radars for free at different locations, and they start sending their data to this centralized data linking system. Anyway, these were some of the things he mentioned. After that, we can talk more about this, like how the world was abandoning its signal core. Platforms have become bigger and more complex. The signal core used to be in the old days, right, when they had to lay telephone networks from the border all the way back, right? So as you can see, the evolution of technology has truly changed the landscape, and these developments are significant. If you watch the drama about Raja Aziz Bhati Shahid, you'll see that they even talk on the phone in it, right? Back then, it was the signal core who used to lay the phone lines. But now, since everything has become digitalized and systems even more advanced than GSM have come in with satellite connectivity available, some might think the signal core is no longer needed. But in this recent conflict, in this war, Pakistan's signal core has shown that no, the importance of the signal core has actually increased. We'll discuss this in detail in a blog some other day. For now, that's all.